Hi everyone, welcome to this new video from Not Real Engineering. Today we are going to see how to model interference fit in Abaqus CAE. Just to briefly talk about what is an interference fit. It happens when two parts geometrically overlap each other before assembly. The classical example is hole and a shaft. When shaft is smaller than hole, it's clearance fit. When their tolerance interfere like this, it is a transition fit, and when shaft diameter is bigger than hole diameter, it is interference fit. We use such kind of interference fit, hence it is very important to model that in Abaqus because it will help us to predict residual stresses, deformations or stress concentration before external load. Usually in first step we model this interference fit, and in next steps we apply loads. As Abaqus resolves this interference fit during the analysis, contact pressure develops between those surfaces. We will see one example today which is shown over here. We have a cylindrical ring and there is a cylindrical plug which goes inside this ring, but if we zoom in this section we can see there is overlap, hence it is interference fit. What we expect is this overlap to be removed and stresses should be generated within these two parts due to removal of that overlap. As shown over here, now overlap is removed and there are stresses in the ring and plug. Okay, let's start with Abaqus CAE. As usual, set working directory first. And then let's start with part. We are going to use axis symmetric formulation to reduce the computational cost. Let's start with the first part, which is plug. I will just create one rectangle over here with dimension 10 and 20. That's it, done. Now let's make another part, which is ring. Here too we will make one rectangle, but now we want to keep some overlap. For that, we will keep the rectangle coordinate at 9.9, 0, hence we will have 0.1 millimeter overlap, and next would be 15, 20. That's it, done. Next, go to property. Let's name the material steel. We just have to use Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio. We will keep this material model very simple. So 210 gigapascal, which will convert into megapascal, and Poisson's ratio 0.3. That's it. Let's create a section and assign the section to both parts. Let's just keep same material for both of them, ring and then plug. Next is assembly. Let me get two instances, and here we can clearly see the overlap. After this, let's go to step, create one static general step, say continue. There is no need to change anything here, but just to be safe, I'm going to decrease this initial increment to 0.1 and also keeping maximum increment to 0.1. That's all. Next, interaction. This is the crux of the video. Here we have to define contact between these two surfaces. For that, let's create two surfaces first, which I will do on the part level. So let's go into this plug, double click on surface. Now when we create the contact, we have to decide which surface should be master and which surface should be slave. Abaqus will move the slave surface to get rid of the overlap. Let's say we want to move the ring surface. So this surface I will keep as master. And we have to choose the outside surface over here. Similarly, go to ring, again create a surface, and here we will create slave surface. That would be this inside surface. That's all. Let's go back to interaction and create one surface to surface contact interaction. Say continue. Now we have to choose the master surface. Go over here in surfaces and choose the master surface. Say continue. Then choose the slave type, again surface, and then choose the slave surface. You can keep everything default over here, but I'm going to change this to small sliding, and then let's create one interaction property. Tangential behavior, let's keep frictionless, and normal behavior, hard contact. Say OK. Now this is the option we are looking for, interference fit. Click on this, then this window should pop up, and here we have to choose gradually remove slave node overclosure during the step. That's all we have to do. Abaqus will take care of the rest. Say OK. Go to load. Maybe we should apply only one boundary condition over here, which is to fix the bottom surface. For that, let's go over here, displacement, continue. And now we can select in a viewport itself. So this one and this one. Say done. As this is axis symmetric formulation, we don't have to fix it in both directions. We can just fix it in U2 direction. Say OK. And only step remaining should be mesh. I'm going to mesh it on part level. Let's apply global seeds, maybe element size 1. Say apply. OK. Mesh it. Exactly similar thing for plug. global seeds of 1, apply, OK, and mesh it. I know mesh is little bit coarse, but I think for this video it should be enough. Let's see our mesh. Clearly a good amount of overlap is there. In real application, I don't think overlap would be that big of 0.1 millimeter. This is just the exaggeration. Finally, let's create a job and submit it. That was quick. Let's see the results. Okay, nothing to worry about. Abaqus does this sometime. It did not create this big gap. It is just visualization issue. Go over these common options and change the deformation scale to 1. And that's what it really looks like. I don't know why Abaqus does that. It should keep it as 1, but yeah, sometime it does this. Now if we zoom, there is no overlap. Abaqus removed the overlap, and because of that you can see stress is introduced. Let's visualize this in 3D because that looks little bit better. For that, go to View, ODB Display Options, Sweep, and sweep these elements maybe in 40 segments. If we zoom in over here and want to see exactly how surfaces moved, you can do the time history, maybe a little bit slower. And here it is. Because the master surface was on the plug, which is inside body, and slave surface was on the ring, which is outside body, here you can see the outside surface is getting pushed out even further until they match with each other. You can also see the displacements or strains. And this model can be used for further analysis. So you have to create subsequent steps and apply other loads. I think it's a good point to stop. If you like this video, please show your support by subscribing to this channel, which will give me motivation to create more educational videos like these. You can also go to channel's playlist tab, and here you can see all the videos with similar topics combined together. For example, let's say if you're interested in ANSYS tutorials, you can go to this ANSYS tutorial playlist and see all the videos from this playlist. All the codes and files which I use for these videos are also available for you to directly download from this channel's GitHub profile. The link of this profile is given in the description box below. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching.